Well, hi there, guys and gals. This week, I know it may not look like it, but we've actually been cleaning up the shop. I know it looks cluttered. This is just, before we got engines over here now. We still have stuff. We're pulling it all to the center. And the reason why is we're debating on what we're keeping, what we're getting rid of, and what we're storing someplace else. So what's going on here? So we're getting ready for more projects, and in the midst of all of it, I kind of need like something to haul this stuff. I know. I've got 2 trucks, but I don't want to fire up, Toby all the time and stuff like that. I want to like get something that's like, easily ready to go. So I bought a golf cart a couple weeks ago, and we wanted one for around the house, just to put around on, pick sticks up. Me and the girls have fun. So we got this, and then of course had to do my own little whatever to it. No, we're not done yet. We're just gonna do some gold pinstripe and what have yous. But here's what we encountered: some professional wiring, which is just, that's good. You can never have enough professional wiring. And then we have batteries. You know what I mean? Like, these diehards are actually like a year old. And then I had that one for the car trailer that's like, apparently it's 2 years old. And then I bought this guy, which is brand new, because this golf cart lasts every bit of about 12 minutes running. 12 minutes. And you're pushing it up the hill and having your 7-year-old daughter steer it while pushing the throttle all the way down. I can't say gas pedal because it's an electric cart. Well, we did a little bit of online research. And what I mean online research is, like we looked on YouTube and kind of tried to find like the best batteries for these, right? And or an affordable supplemental type battery, sort of. What I'm getting at, this is a 48 volt, right? 48 voltage. So we did the right thing. Got on the Amazonian site and got, a replacement one. A bright orange Chins type battery. From everything I read, this guy here will do like triple the mileage on one charge for all those. Plus, you cut down the weight. That thing there, I think it says weighs 72 pounds. For argument's sake, these weigh at least 60 apiece. Not real good in math, but I bet you that's a heck of a weight reduction. I'm just saying. Even if these weigh 55 apiece, that legitimately weighs 72 to 75, somewhere in there. I can't remember exactly what it said. But you get what I'm saying? Now, here's the even more gooder part. You only have like 2 connections. You got your positive, you got your negative. All them other wires, well, all these big wires, they go hasta, they go bye-bye. And if you spent the money for it, you did yourself a favor, and you got yourself a charger with it, and that thing, the battery monitor, which I'm told is like a more gooder thing to have. So that's a plus, right? But yeah, you got you a quick disconnect to charge this mug. Then all you gotta do is you plug it in. You're done. There you go. It maintains it. Bada boom, bada bang, da bang. So, first things first, kids. We're gonna rip out every one of these batteries and smile. And then we're gonna scratch our heads and really have to think where we're gonna put that big guy, because it looks like we are gonna have to remount this somehow. That's kind of in the way-ish, because we want our charger in here to where we can just like, poke the cord out there if we want to, or something, you know. We don't want people trying to charge it off of that because, you know, as I said, there was a bit professional wiring done. And this guy, you know, I read somewhere that if you leave power wires just open, that it's not good, or I don't know. It just, I don't know if that's a rim or not, but I just don't want to, I kind of like everything that I have, so we're not going to roll the dice on that guy. But we are going to remove that charger. You can buy a little replacement kind of plug that goes in there, I guess, is what they're saying. I did not buy that. I didn't, you know. You can, I just didn't. Anyway, first things first, we're going to disconnect all these. I put it in tow mode. That way, so if I accidentally, you know, do the wrong thing here, it shouldn't fry anything. That's what I'm going to suggest y'all. Put it in tow mode, and then disconnect all these. And then we're going to relocate this guy. This is on a Club Car Precedent. So let's do that first, and then we're going to worry about these lights. I got a converter somewhere. Somewhere, because I don't remember what the frick I did with it. Dang it. Anyway, it's a converter from like 48 volts to 12. And the good thing is, I've lost it. So that's a plus, well, you know. And I've got, you know, just a few tripping hazards right now, so that's good. Let me undo all this. We're going to figure out how to remount this guy, and we're going to go from there. All right? Give me like a day or 12. I don't want to say I jumped way ahead, and I apologize. This video is not great, but I still have so much cleaning to do, and I really need this cart to load it up so I can, you know, like get rid of it in a burn pile and that kind of jazz. Long story short, we got the battery installed, and the good thing is, if this thing is not installed correctly, it won't work. Now, believe you me, I am not the strongest when it comes to wiring. I'm getting better, I think. I don't know. I hope. So, yeah, we're going to tuck this away for another day, since it's like midnight past and we still want to get stuff cleaned up. Needless to say, we're not driving it tonight. Or at night right now. Till we figure out what lights go to the... what those go... Yeah. So anyway, we set up a fuse box. This here converts 48 volts to 12. It was like pretty cheap, like 17 bucks or some crap. I checked the voltage here to here. I also got this cheap fuse box on the Amazonian site. And you will need something like that for these electric carts that has a negative side and a positive side, or vice versa, whatever it's got on there. And you know, you can wire your headlight switch off of it, you can wire a stereo off of it, whatever the heck you want. And those things just make life a lot better and more gooder. So you're supposed to program these darn things, and it says I have 52.7 volts. I don't know if that's correct or not. I'm honestly gonna have to read or like watch somebody else's video and this is what the heck they're doing. But the main thing in this whole darn cart, we gotta strap down this battery. So we're gonna do the right thing and take a strap, like an actual ratchet strap. And oh, okay, well, right there's a hole. And I think right there's a hole. Yeah, sweet. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. You want to hold this sucker down some way, shape, or form. You don't want to be bopping around, because now we got 48 volts right there and a whole bunch of wires. We relocated all of this stuff, that switch, the computer. We put our charger right there. That thing, I don't know what the heck it is, but we just set it in there for safety. because we really don't know what that is. I don't know why there's mud in this mug. That's a little troublesome and like worrisome. But hey, you know what? It drives. You know, hopefully it does with this battery. And we're gonna just like, yeah. For tonight, we're just gonna let it be. These wires were all a little short. That's why I mounted them here, and I put like the good 3M tape down. That's solid. This is not mounted yet. I'm probably gonna 3M tape it too, but more like this, so I can see, like, you know, where it is. It'll be able to tell you, you know, the voltage, the current you're using. This shunt valve, just so you know, only wires on the negative side, and it goes to the load side. It only wires through the load side, just so you know. I couldn't find anything online really too much, so I had to read. I mean, like, who's got time for that? I had to actually read the instructions. So I actually read them. We're going to actually try to cover this guy with something, black tape, or I don't know, because this will not go up over that now, you know, because, you know, I got nothing. So, you know, we might just, there it goes. Yep, just like that. But we wired in our plug to charge it over there. We ran it this way. We tried to give ourselves as much room with wire as we could. Unfortunately, this wiring harness goes across. It's pretty darn stationary. The fuse box didn't give me much with this converter. Yes, you can add wire. I was just opting not to. And I know there's stuff setting on the battery, and that might not be gooder in the long run. I'll tell you as time goes on. Supposedly these things run pretty cool. You know, I don't foresee too much trouble, honestly, if I'm gonna be like all honest with it. This was remotely easy. Plus, I have, yeah, I've got 6 deep cell batteries. And I'll load test them for whoever really needs one super cheap. Get a hold of me. I'm not going to sell my brand new one that I just bought like last week, because I'm going to use it for the car trailer. Yep. And that's going to be that. Two-sided tape is your friend if you want to do it like this. If you don't, you can extend your wires and zip tie or zip it to here, whatever you feel like. But that right there is, I mean, that's very, very, very basic, man. I mean, all I did was relocate this. I used self-tappers. Make sure you don't sink into anything. There's nothing. The great thing about these carts is there's not a whole lot of wiring like anywhere. I wouldn't want to sink a whole lot in here, because we know there's wires there. We know there's wires here. So, you know, sink them accordingly. Most of mine went down underneath, right there-ish. So I think we're gooder. And I saw a strap the other day whenever I was cleaning up that we don't give 2 spits about, right? So that's going to be our battery hold down. And the good thing is, I tripped over that. The good thing is we got our, you know, battery charger right there, so it'll somewhat stop it like that. Hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully not at all. And you know, I just think that it's going to be more gooder like this. I think it's going to be a great setup. We'll do like a year-end review or something, if that sounds good to you guys, or if you got questions. This was really simple. This fuse box, like I say, you have 48 volts going in, 12 going out. I checked that with my voltmeter. It has 11.6. We're calling that a victory. That's pretty close to 12. So we're going to just throw the seat on it. We're going to ratchet strap it down. Call it Dundee. Just so you know, also, you're going to get an arc whenever you do that. That is even in tow mode. I did have the key on. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. I don't think it did because I actually pulled the key out and I still got an arc. So just beware. You're probably going to get an arc, okay? As long as you don't, like, this battery's not supposed to work, period, if you wired it wrong, okay? So just keep that in mind, and I think you'll be fine. I mean, shoot, I wired it, and I'm great at wiring. No, I'm not. So that being that, this was all very basic. I try to keep all of this stuff intact. Check your wire connections, shove them back on, and you should be good. Later, we'll probably try to tackle the lights and see what's going on there, and or we might just run a switch, that switch, a different switch, and make some brand new wiring. I mean, it's not that hard, not for lights, you know. But anyway, sorry this wasn't that great. I will do an absolute review on this. The things I'm seeing on the Amazonian site, they're saying, take it with a grain of salt, they're saying they're getting 50-ish miles per charge. That sounds unreal to me. I got 15 minutes per charge on those lead batteries, those things. And keep in mind, they're 2024. The oldest one is the battery I bought, and it's a 23. The rest are 24s, and the one's a 25. I don't know. I've got nothing. So, nonetheless, that's that. This is this. And like I say, I really do apologize for not doing as much install. I really have been burning the candle at both ends, trying to get this darn garage set up so we can get the 69 where we need to get it. You know, like over there-ish. Get the nose hung up on the wall, get the Chevelle in here, and just start really doing some awesome projects. Plus, we're going to bring in Toby, we're going to bring in the IROC, we're going to do some stuff like that, you know, LS swapperoonies, and get some really cool stuff back on the old TVage. Even though I'm just going to say it, the Mustang turned out absolutely beautiful. If you haven't seen it, that whole series, the whole darn car restoration is on my channel here. So as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate the heck out of you. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you next time here on Right Turn Garage TV.